What's happening, y'all? Dub the O-line guru right here. Appreciate it for tapping in with your boy. Hey, so you see the title, so we gotta go ahead and hop right on into this thing. Week 3 of football just went by. Week 4 coming up. Actually got a primetime game tonight on Amazon Prime. Got the Cincinnati Bengals, and you also got them going against the Miami Dolphins. So this should be a really good football game. Miami 3-0 right now. You know, Philly 3-0 also right now. So let's see if Miami can keep it up or is Cincy going to bounce back. But like I said, you see the title. We got to get into this right now. So let me go ahead and hop into it. Let me go ahead and give you first thing first. What I'm going to start off by doing is give you the info on the offensive line coach. He has a long history of offensive line. Clearly, he should know what he's doing. This is in no way me trying to slander him or anything like that. He actually coached college for, I believe, like 15 years. He's been coaching offensive line in the league longer than I've been living. He's been coaching it since the early 90s. His name is John Matsko. He also coached the Greatest Show on Turf. And then he was part of that Super Bowl team that won the Super Bowl with the Greatest Show on Turf. And then he also was with the Carolina Panthers Cam MVP season when they went to the Super Bowl and lost to Peyton Manning in Denver. So he has a Super Bowl appearance. He's a Super Bowl champion, 15-year college coach, been coaching the NFL offensive line since early 90s, played college ball, so I'm sure he knows what he's talking about. This is just honestly a poor showing by the offensive lineman. I didn't really see any blown assignments, but one of the key things that you're constantly going to hear me say is feet and hand placement, feet and hand placement. Their hands are not where they need to be. Their feet aren't where they need to be. And the tackles are caught leaning so much, and it really hurts them, and it kind of gets them into trouble a good bit. So y'all just give me 1 second while I pull this film up. I'm going to go ahead and hop into this breakdown. Yeah, 9 sacks. I mean, that's a lot. I believe that's the most of the year. Cincinnati also had a few games, two or three rough games, but I don't think they gave up 9 in one game. So we're going to go ahead and get this going. All righty. Let me make sure it's going good. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's go ahead and get right on into this thing right here. Let me get to the play. First sack of the day right here. I'm going to let it run one time so you can see what goes on. Oof, bends that edge. So right here, what I'm going to show you guys is why it's so important to keep the pocket in the middle square. Keep it as don't give up any penetration if that's possible. You know, I played center in the middle 3. I also played both guards in college, and I played tackle in high school. One of the biggest things in the middle 3 right here that you must not do is give up penetration, especially on pass plays. Let me tell you why. I'm about to show you right here why. Boom. See this left tackle right here? Get caught leaning, wait for it. Sweat grabs that outside shoulder, and he's about to go ahead and dip that edge and go ahead and bend that hoop. But watch what Carson tries to do. He tries to step up, but why can't he? Fletcher Cox is right in his face. Center gave up too much ground. You want to keep that pocket as clean as possible. And this leads to a sack. Let me go back to it for you guys. Watch the tackle start leaning. I'm going to pause it when he leans. He leaned right before it. Let me see if I can back it up. I'm trying to catch it right as he leans. Let's see. Try it one more time. Right there. He's leaning. You see how he's leaning to make contact? Sweat's going to grab that outside shoulder. You cannot get caught leaning in pass rotation. His feet is also almost about to click each other. The feet are about to touch. So he doesn't have a wide base. He doesn't have proper top hat placement because he's leaning over. He doesn't have his shoulder and head out the block. And then you have your center giving up too much penetration right here. You see? Getting pushed in the lap of the quarterback. So when he does need to step up to try to maneuver and let the DNs run the hoop around so he can step up in the pocket where it should be a clean pocket for him. Should be a clean pocket right here. But he can't because Fletcher's in his face, and it causes Sweat enough time to run that hoop and get to him. So it is so very important to keep that pocket clean for him right here. You kind of want to make an imaginary half moon right here. It wants to be a half circle. That's how the pocket should look. You run these guys out, and it should be a good, strong pocket right here in the middle. All right, let's go ahead and get to the second sack. Let me see. Second sack of the quarter right here. These boys gave up 4 sacks in the first quarter. So, you know, that is very, very not good. That is not what you need to do. Big Fletch. Let's watch it from the other angle. First thing first, you see that call right there, out. So right now it looks as if it's bam, 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 bam. These two right here. These are 7 guys blocking 4. BG ended up not coming. So to give up a sack when it's 7 versus 4 in protection, it's just very difficult. I know the offensive line coach and offensive coordinator was losing their minds. Let's watch this play out. Y'all see the right guard? Let me go to it again. Excuse me. Watch the right guard. Hands. I can notice that right now. What I said, one of the reoccurring things would be hand placement, feet, and leaning. Hand placement, feet, and leaning. Look at his hands. Hands outside, going against one of the strongest interior defensive linemen in the NFL. Possible gold jacket wearer, blue ring wearer, Hall of Famer. I mean, you got to have better technique than that. And that's been a going thing. Even the center right here, you see his hands. Jordan Davis, one of the biggest defensive linemen in the NFL, got his hands inside on him. Got complete control of the center as well. So that's one of the reoccurring things. And look at him get bullied. And I understand it was trying to be a quick set because they wanted to show run some. So I understand that. But hand placement. Watch his hands go out. See this? Going to lose every single time. His hand's literally on the backside of his jersey. He's almost helping him run him over. And then after that, it's just a wrap. No chance. All right, let's go to the third play. That one right there wanted to show run somewhat, guys. Most of them been slide man protection. Here it is. As you can see, A gap, B gap, C gap, 1, 2, slide man. Let's see right here. You can tell that it might be a possible Bob call because he's right here. He sees that right there, and then he just clicks over right there. So Bob just stands for big on big, 5 on 5. That's what I say Bob stands for. So let's see what happens right here. Let's see who gets left guard. Let's watch it from the other angle. Already. Oh my goodness. So if this is slide right here, right, I'm going to take y'all some football O-line 101 real quick. You see right here how this is the slide side. So it's bam, bam, B gap. Center has A gap right here. The center can't let Fletcher Cox cross his face because he has to take that. So as a center, if you're on the slide side, if he crosses your face, 9 times out of 10, the center is taught to take that. So this is the 1-2 side. So as an offensive guard, when you're on the man side, ever since Little League, the first thing you're taught that you cannot give up penetration on the inside. You are taught that at a very, very, very early and young age. You are taught that you cannot give up penetration on the inside. So when he sets, I'm not quite sure why he sets out so much and give Javon Hargraves the interior. So I'm already pretty sure he's going to take that. So let's see what happens. Yep, definitely does. Let's run that back. He oversets it. Doesn't get his second foot in the ground. Feet are slow. Feet are in quicksand. Javon Hargrave is about to make contact. And you can tell he's still moving his second foot. And he's actually moving it too far. He's oversetting him. He wants to be kind of half of a man inside out of him. Bad hand placement. Look, doesn't even have a second hand on him. Javon Hargrave's got his chest, got a handful of his chest, and just going to bury him. Ooh, that's tough. Yeah, make sure, I'm going to look at it one more time, y'all. Make sure when you set, gotta let this play run through. I don't know why he set so big right there. I mean, he completely oversets him, and he knows he's on the man side, so he has no help inside. Him knowing that he has to take a better set. He should have, right here, this foot should have stopped about right here, no further than right here. This foot should have stopped no further than really right here. He shouldn't even took no far. Watch how far he ends up. He doesn't even get the second step down. His feet are in quicksand. He gave up another sack earlier where you could just tell his feet are moving entirely too slow. Doesn't get his second foot in the ground. He's making contact with one foot in the air. Look at his hands. He's literally hugging his head. He has no hand placement, nothing. Gets destroyed right here. Got to move your feet, guys. Got to move your feet. Feet and hands, feet and hands, feet and hands. They teach you that as a little boy. Ever since Little League O-line, they teach you feet, hands. Feet and hands. Get in front of them. Get your hands inside. That's the most thing you hear in football, especially as an offensive lineman. This is the one I think Carson held the ball a little long on, but as an offensive lineman, we really don't use that excuse. You know that your job is to protect no matter what. Look at the center. Leaning, grabbing. Leaning and grabbing. Left tackle, feet clicking together, leaning. About to make contact, leaning. Now, this is a decent position to be in. Head out of block. Probably need to get his shoulders back a little bit more, but leaning. Bad hand placement. I mean, this is a running theme for their technique right now. Carson Wentz holds on to the ball too long, sack. And that whole holding on to the ball thing, the reason why I don't really like saying that too much is because as an offensive lineman, I ain't never heard a coach say, well, you know, if he holds on to the ball too long, you know, that ain't on us. No, it definitely is on us. You know, you got a quarterback like to hold on to the ball long, so you just got to pass protect longer. You got to figure it out. I mean, 4 sacks in the first quarter. I mean, sheesh. Now, to be fair, like I said, Carson Wentz definitely is not helping them out any. Let me go ahead. This is the 5th sack of the game. I'm going to run it from the other view one more time so y'all can see that. All right, so look at his left guard right here. Honestly, not trying to pick on him or anything, but I mean, it's the truth. He gave up the sack, so let's see what he gave up the pressure. It's really, once again, in the middle right here. We're going to keep a clean pocket. You don't want to get pushed in. You want to be able to, so these guys can run these guys up. The tackles can run the ends up, and the quarterback can step up in the pocket. So let's see right here what the left guard does. So once again, slide, man, guards feet again. Feet and hands. Let's watch it again from the other view. See his hands right here. Look at his hands again. Once again, he is letting Javon Hargraves get in his chest. I mean, I know he felt like, look at his feet right here. Got 1 foot up, 1 foot back, got his heel in the ground, got his toe up right here. I mean, he is truly trying to hang on. He's trying to walk it out. He need to reposition his hands. Never reposition his hands. He tries it right there, and it's kind of too late. Ends just run the hoop. Let me show y'all one more thing. I didn't get to show you on the other play, but I'm going to bring it up right here about vacating, what I would call vacating. Look at the right guard. He helps the center this time. Bam. He has that gap, but you see how he doesn't just vacate early? He was doing that earlier, and I'm pretty sure maybe the coach said something to him about that, possibly. I know my offensive line coach used to always speak on that, about not vacating. So when you in the slide side, right, and when you just run out here and run to somebody that's not even there, although this is your gap and you want to make sure you don't, when you just run out here, you just give this guy more room to work. And you put the center in a hard predicament. You're giving this interior D lineman more pass rush lane. So watch how the right guard doesn't vacate quick right here. Bam, he sits, eyes are still here, doesn't give Fletcher no pass rush lane. Now let's see if they do that for the rest of the game, because I know earlier they didn't. Earlier they was vacating some. So let's see if they continue to do that. Watch. That really helps out the center. Center gets there, cool. Boom, I can help right here. All right, let me go to the next play. Let's see what this right tackle do. Does he allow him to bend that edge? Yep. Gets a hold of that jersey, bends that edge. Once again, you got to see these guys' hands. The D linemen have their hands inside the entire game. I mean, every single sack I've seen give it up, multiple offensive linemen do not have their hands inside. D lineman has the upper hand position. Wentz is also kind of deep in the pocket a little bit, but I mean, I'm not sure how they call their drops. I'm sure as an offensive lineman, you know what it is, so ain't no excuse. Hands. He allows that end to bend that hoop. Let me show you one more time what I mean by bend that hoop. I know I said it earlier, but these guys tackles got to do a better job of running them out the play as well, running them all the way around. See right here. Run him harder. Watch how close Haason Reddick and how tight he bends that corner to backdoor it. Well, I would call kind of backdooring it, but kind of really running that hoop extra tight instead of running your guy all the way out. Watch what this does. He gets his hand on it. That's why you got to try to keep that guy as wide as possible. Really run him out. Carson Wentz is kind of deep, but you do not want the guy to bend the edge like this. He grabbed that outside shoulder. Him and Sweat love doing that. They'll grab that outside shoulder, and here comes that dip and rip. Here comes that dip and rip. You see that rip coming? Here comes the rip, and he's about to go ahead and try to strip the ball with that left hand. Rip. Good play by Haason Reddick. Good play by Haason Reddick. Tackle need to make sure he gets his hands on him and run him all the way around. Let me go to the next play. We only got 3 more plays, guys. Let me see. Thank y'all for being patient with me. All righty. Here's another sack right here. Leaning. Let's watch his right tackle. Leaning. Uh-oh. Leaning. Heels not in the ground, toes in the ground. His feet about to click together. I mean, boy, I can already tell how this is going to end. Let's see. Boom. Run that edge. There we go. Anytime you lean as an offensive lineman, you're playing against good pass rushers, it's probably not going to work. They've been grabbing that shoulder the whole entire day. They've been grabbing that shoulder, and here comes the dip and rip. Whoop! Run the hoop. Now, once again, I understand Carson Wentz is kind of deep in the pocket, and he goes onto the ball somewhat. But still, I mean, as an offensive lineman, that is never an excuse. You know we don't rock out with that. We don't rock out with that. You're supposed to go out to that, go to whistle. It is what it is. Also, I want you guys to look at the guards. I want you to see how the guards sit right here. Look at that. Nowhere to step up in, really in the pocket. Right guard undersets. You remember what I told y'all about? First, let's see which way. Boom. Slide side, man side. The guards continue to give up inside on the man side. The left guard was doing it, gave up 2 sacks, I want to say, or gave up a sack, and he's almost going to give up pressure right here because of it. He understands he has no help right here. This guy pretty much has a 2-way going on. He got to protect both sides, but one side you cannot get beat on is on the inside because you try to keep the integrity of the pocket. So at worst case scenario, hopefully he can come right here. You can try to run him out. But one thing you cannot have pressure is slap that up in the middle of the play. Right guard. Feet is stuck in quicksand, first of all. Push-pull, hand placement, I'm sure isn't there because Fletcher Cox had all of his chest. Giving up a pressure on the inside, gets beats inside. Thank goodness the center ended up turning back to help. Let me show again. Let me run that play one more time. I want to watch his feet right here. People got to keep their feet moving, man. These guards' feet are in quicksand. Keep your feet moving. Bam. Covers it up, but why does he step back? He steps back with this foot as if he's preparing for the bull rush. Hands outside. Fletcher hands are clearly inside. Once again, you have one of the strongest interior D lines in football, and nobody got their hands inside. Recipe for disaster. Destroyed. Push-pull technique inside, giving up. Brandon Graham, like I said, bends that edge on that right tackle. Let me go ahead and go to the next play. 2 more plays right here, y'all. Pardon me, let me. I'm pulling up my notes right here to see which one it was. Bam. Let the play run through. Need the left guard. All right, so once again, like I've been telling y'all should understand this now. Slide, man, 1, 2 right here. A gap, B gap, C gap. He knows he cannot get beat inside. He knows this. The worst place to give up pressure is on the inside. Watch his feet. Like I said, quicksand has been the motto. Quicksand has been the motto. Boop. Doesn't move his feet. Looks like a scarecrow. Tries to do something at the end, but already gives up the pressure. Let's watch this again. Let's watch this again. Let's see. Let's watch this again. I don't know how these guys keep giving up so much inside pressure when you know you're one-on-one. You know it. You know you got one-on-one. One place you can't get beat is inside. Let's see it set. Bam. He steps inside. Second foot doesn't go nowhere. Second foot goes nowhere. Still hasn't moved his second foot yet. All he does is essentially just move his second foot out, which I'm not understanding. It's usually pat. You move your feet in tandem. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. He doesn't necessarily do 1, 2. He does a very slow 1 and move his left foot out, which isn't very smart because once again, he has no real strength of being able to protect that inside from getting beat. And as you can tell, with his base being so wide right now, he can't redirect. So look, boom, can't do nothing, trying to fight for his life, play over, sack, giving up. There's one more set right here. See this right here. That ball getting hit on to a little long. Let's watch this right guard right here. Boom. You remember how I told you about vacating? A lot of people do this, man. And I get what he's trying to do. He doesn't want nobody to get right here. But every time he shoots way out, he brings him, and this leaves this guy with nowhere, too much room to work. Javon Hargrave is stuck on the scarecrow right now. Javon Hargrave, one of the best interior D linemen in the NFL, and now he has multiple pass rush lanes because y'all keep chasing tail down. He's chasing tail. So, yes, his gap is protected, and now he's forcing Milton Williams to pretty much go in this gap right here, which I understand, but I don't think that's absolutely the best thing. Watch how much room this leaves him to work. Center vacates pretty much as well, which he has to because he's vacating. He don't want to leave too much room in his gap for him. Left tackle got to keep blocking to the end of it. Right tackle, Right tackle got to block to the end. To the echo of the whistle. You're going to hear me say that a lot on these breakdowns. Block to the echo of the whistle. Block to the echo of the whistle. Boom. Keep running him. Don't let go. Keep running him. Run. Keep running him. Still right here. Keep working. Keep running him. Keep running him. Don't let him fall back into the play. That's kind of poor effort if you ask me. I'm not trying to judge or speak on nobody's effort. That's kind of a personal thing. I think in football, as a football player, you don't want nobody speaking on your effort. I'm not trying to slander these guys. These guys are professional football players, so they're really, really good. But they had a lot of fundamental technique mistakes, I believe. And this is just, let me just start jogging and let my quarterback get hit. Let me go ahead and cut this off. All righty, y'all. That's the 9 sacks given up against Philadelphia. And as you could tell, it was kind of rough. I apologize. I know you can't see me. The sun done dropped. But yes, as you could tell, a lot of fundamental mistakes, I would say. A lot of times their hands wouldn't be where they needed to be and their feet wouldn't be where they needed to be. They were caught leaning. They didn't get their chest out the block, and they wasn't blocking to the echo of the whistle. And as an offensive lineman, you know, as long as that quarterback got the ball, you're supposed to protect. I'm kind of disappointed in the Washington Commanders. I understand they don't have the absolute best offensive line in the world, but I would expect them to be more prepared than this. 9 sacks is extremely too much, and I would assume them boys are excited to play Philadelphia. This is a division game. Philly's looking very, very good right now. A lot of people got the number 1 in the NFC, and they have one of the best defensive lines in the NFL, especially interiorly. So if I was offensive lineman, I would have been very up for this game. And I'm just disappointed them boys gave up 9 sacks. More breakdowns coming soon. Football game, and I'm going to watch that game, see how it is. Tune in. I got a couple more Pat McAfee things coming, a couple breakdowns of his videos. I love what he's doing with the offensive line. I appreciate y'all for being patient with me. A lot more things coming. I got new equipment on the way. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Dub, the O-line guru.